Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we're reviewing Transformers Age of the Primes, Solus Prime. This particular figure I got really early on into last year actually. Let's say this was bought as a gift because my aunt went up all the way to, I think, Oregon, and she was visiting friends and she thought, oh hey, might as well buy this, and I'm grateful. This is my second figure. Yeah, this would be my second ever figure for Age of the Primes. My very first being Slingshot. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into Solus here. Solus Prime here is a type of Cybertronian truck, I assume. Got two different shades of purple here. This kind of palm plastic purple, then this more ABS style of purple. Both shades of purple have this kind of sparkly and glittery kind of design mixed, or compound kind of mixed into it. So there's that. We have some nice gold highlights, or I guess just gold coloring along the alt mode. Let's remove the forge for a moment. Along the alt mode. Along with silver from the bot mode right here on the thighs. Silver hubcaps. Wheels are pinned, so Solus Prime rolls quite well, as you can see. Underside of the alt mode, pretty clean. You can tell that this is Solus Prime's chest, and these are clearly her biceps, but besides that, pretty well condensed. Back of the alt mode, we have some gold and yellow right here. As you can see, it's started to chip away a bit, which sucks, but just kind of how it is. Front of the alt mode has this gunmetal grill. Well, actually, that's about it there. Alt mode's solid though. Say, give it a quick shake test. Doesn't want to break, or I guess not break, but on tab. Quick little spin on the wheel, looking lovely as ever. So yeah, Solus Prime, looking lovely. Got some nice gold paint on the windshield here. Along with some lovely sculpt work on the hood of the car, along with just some of the back parts of the car. This piece right here. Sides of the alt mode has truck. Sides of the alt mode has some more greebling detailing from the robot mode's details. Back of the truck mode has I guess a lot of the greebling and detailing here is from the robot mode. The only thing I could definitively say is for the alt mode is the tire sculpt work, and then this section here. Everything else you'll be seeing in robot mode. So I guess I'll hold off on that for now. The tires detailing is quite nice though. The tread work there looks lovely. And the hubcaps have a beautiful paint, or I guess beautiful silver paint application there. So yeah. Along with that, we also have two storage options for the forge. First one being this tab right here that folds out from the head of the forge that you can plug in on this port right here to make it as kind of like a turret, I think. But you could also just flip it around like this. Not the most appealing look. I believe this is mainly for the robot mode. But another way to store this is using this tab right here. You can plug it into this slot on the side of the truck mode, and it'll stick right there. Putting this on the spin wheel looks quite nice. Makes I guess it doesn't really make it more condensed, but it fits it nicely. It looks good. So yeah, put you to the side for now. We'll go over Solus's artifact a little later, because we'll be bringing in some of the other Prime's artifacts for comparison. So, before we transform, we need to do something. Size comparison. Because I almost forgot. So, you have Solus Prime for our deluxe scaling, as you can see. Next up, we have Alchemist Prime. Then for Voyager class, we have Amalgamous Prime. And finally, for leader class, we have Megatronus. And look at that! Looking lovely. Solus scales quite well, alt mode wise, with a lot of these prime characters. And honestly, I just like how the scaling looks. Looks good. Get over here. One thing that I can say with confidence is I don't know anything about Solus, like in the slightest. Solus Prime is a character that I know very little about. Same thing can be said for Onyx, or Amalgamus, or Quintus. Or maybe not Quintus. You know, Transformers Earthspark has shined some lore. But like, a lot of the primes I don't know much about. The only ones I really know about is Vector Prime, Alpha Trion, Megatronus, Micronus, and Quintus. Which is a decent chunk, don't get me wrong. But I don't know much about Solus. Or no, I also know some about Alchemist, because in Transformers Cyberverse, he's McAdam. So yeah. But besides that, I really do not know much about some of these characters, and Solus Prime is unfortunately one of those characters. I like what we have going for this alt mode. I just don't know where it's inspired from, or if this is just an original thing. And if it's an original thing, cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the shades of purple. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not, but we have two tones here, a lighter shade and a darker shade. Excuse me. Sorry about that. That was like right into the audio right there. That must have been really loud if you're wearing headphones. I'm so sorry. Had my window open, so a lot of dust came in. It was wind. It was a little windy out earlier. So a lot of that dirt from outside, came right in. Can't remember what I was talking about now. Sorry. Alt mode looks nice. With that being said, though, let's get into transformation. You guys want a quick video, I'm assuming, so let's go. First thing you want to do is come to the sides and untap them. Like so. Don't pull, as that's just not how this works. You want to pull slightly, then fold down. Come to the underside of the alt mode. Rotate about 90 degrees, I want to say. Maybe 45. Flip out the hand and fold in this panel to fill in the wrist, just like that. Next thing you want to do is grab this piece, shift it outwards slightly, and oh, it's cracked. Well, that's not good at all, actually. This isn't supposed to come off. That's just something that my figure's doing for some reason. But after you untap this, you want to take this piece and rotate it around, like so. Then kind of just straighten out the arm and fold this panel, or I guess this whole shoulder pad, down. Then repeat a very similar process on the other side. Just like so. Pull out slightly, shift upward, fold this panel, then shift it back downward. Just like so. Next thing you want to do is come to the underside again. Pull these parts right here, and these are going to form our feet, and just kind of flip out. Fully straightforward, just like that. Should have a soft click into place. So yeah. Rotate the ankles, pop open these tires, and flip out the heel and toe piece. Just like so. Same thing on the other side, just like that. Then rotate the waist. Next thing you want to do, pull this waist kind of skirt up. Oh, it chipped there. Did it chip there? Or is that... No, we're fine. Okay, I thought it chipped. It looked like it for a moment. Then you want to rotate this middle part of the skirt piece, and then have them kind of slide over, just like that. There you go. Next thing you want to do, come to the back, shift this piece outward and down, fold this up, then kind of get your finger in there, so we can flip out Solus's head if it wants to come out. There you go. Flip this piece inward. There's two tabs right here and here that goes into these slots right here. But before you do that, you want to bring the shoulders inward. Then push in and tab it, like so. And there's Solus. I pushed something in. What was it? Oh, it was this. There you go. And there's Solus Prime, looking lovely as ever. Solus Prime is, like I said, a character that I don't know too much about. She has a very unique design to her, though. Sorry. Solus Prime's overall design is very appealing, I suppose, is one word to describe it. It's a very nice looking design. I like the shades of purple we have. The silver is spread out through the design beautifully. The gold accents add a lot of nice kind of pizzazz. It pops. It pops nicely. And I like that a lot. Same thing can be said for Solus's hammer, too. As say, its design is just as lovely. Seems that the gold's kind of fading away on some parts. Might have to reapply. But yeah, Solus's forge is quite beautifully painted. And actually, before I forget, the way this works is you remove the head from the handle, and you can just slide it through the hand, just like so, and attach that as so. There you go. Look at that. Looks fancy. Now, back to what I was saying. The figure looks beautiful. The sculpt work is nice. Panel lining is just lovely as ever. And honestly, this is a design I cannot complain about. It looks great. And honestly poses quite decently. Let's say she has all the basic range, or I guess the modern day basics. She has wrist swivels, ankle pivots, a waist swivel. She has what you want out of a figure, out of a modern day figure, I should say, along with a few extra points of articulation, such as the head being able to look up quite a bit further than a good chunk of figures nowadays, or at least the ones that are coming to my mind right now. For example, if we bring 86 Prime here, he can't look up that far at all. I say that's as far as he looks up without anything being used. And as you can see, Solus Prime has a further range. Let's see, if we get Wheeljack in here, for example. Wheeljack can get close, but he doesn't reach that same range. I think Tarn could, actually. Let's see. Does Tarn get the same amount of range? Close, but not there either. Solus Prime has a good range at the head. She can look far, or she can look down pretty far. Has a nice side-to-side tilt, and a 360 rotation at the head, along with it being able to look up that far. Just like so. Arms are on a normal rotation. Can go out that far, and forward that far, back that far, 360 as I was just showing. 360 rotation at the bicep, along with a 90-degree bend at the elbows. Wrists are on ball joints, so they can go inward, outward, rotate a full 360. Waist, or figure's waist swivel, is a full 360 as well. Legs can bend back that far, forward that far, and out that far. Figure has not a 360 swivel, or thigh swivel. Whoa. Solus Prime does not have a 360 thigh swivel, but still a decent one. She also has just barely past 90 at the knee, along with an extreme ankle pivot, just like so. So yeah. Oh, and and a foot swivel because of its mushroom peg system. So yeah. Oh, and the waist skirt can go forward, so far. It's on 3 segments, so each piece can move on its own from the other pieces. Just like that. Now, let's go into some things I don't like about the figure, such as you just saw, the ankles. I'm not sure if it's just too shallow of a connection, or these are just like a little too wide, but these pieces have some trouble staying in. And because of that, they, come out all the time. And it makes it pretty hard to mess with this figure foot-wise when you're trying to kind of get her to stand. Another issue is these tabs right here. Their paint on the sides and kind of just the top start chipping away because of just how tight of a connection this can be. But that's not as much of an issue, actually. That's more of a nitpick, if anything. My other main issue is this piece. I appreciate that segmented, but it don't look that great when posing. We move her legs up, and if we want that segment to kind of work, it results in this looking kind of funny. And, it's not perfect. I don't expect this to be cloth, but I feel like these parts could have done pretty well with some sort of hinge in here. And who knows, maybe that would have made it too finicky. Maybe it would have looked a little too ugly. I don't doubt that it would probably look pretty weird in some points, but I do feel like Solus Prime should have had another fold or bend here near the middle or lower edges so it would wrap around the knee properly. Like if we had even a bend like right here, I'd appreciate it because that at least goes over the knee. But you can still strike some decent poses with Solus. She still looks good, striking a kind of basic hammer wielding pose. And she can two-hand the hammer too, 1 second. Because, I forgot to mention this during the articulation. She does have butterfly joints. Because of the way she works, you can untab these from the shoulder and get a bit more of a dynamic pose with her because of this. So, yeah. Yeah, so we can get a two-handed wielding pose out of Solus Prime, just like so. There you go. A little spin on the table. So yeah, she looks lovely. I like it. Looks nice. You see, I like it, and I appreciate the fact that it's at least possible for her to two-wield it or two-hand it. Or wield with two hands, I suppose. But yes. I like this a lot. And we can also bring back this tab and port thing right back here. Plug it in the back just like that. And you can have it stored away on her. Just like so. But with all those complaints and info kind of out of the way, I suppose it's finally time for size comparison. So, let's do this. For deluxe, or I guess, we'll start with our biggest. For leader class, we have 86 Optimus Prime. Just like that. For Voyager class, we have our Primes that I currently have in robot mode. Don't fall off, Vector. There you go. Come on. I need to fix the legs on Vector Prime. They're becoming loose. And since I also... we don't need to bring Tarn in, actually. For Deluxe class, we have 86 Wheeljack. For Core class, we have 86 Rumble. And just because he's here, we also have Headmaster for Croc. So yeah, check that out. For final thoughts on this figure, I've got to say, she's not bad. I like her. She looks lovely. She poses quite well. But I do feel the QC issue with the ankles kind of kill it a little bit. And now I'm just finding out that these panels right here, the connection on the underside of her shoulder pads, are starting to crack and have stress marks. That's a touch worrisome for me. So, that's fun. But besides that, I would recommend her, just not at retail. I recommend looking for a cheaper price on her. So, yeah. With that all being said, I suppose that's it for today's video. I plan on doing the rest of the primes soon, or the rest of the current primes I have. Still missing Liege Maximo, still missing Nexus, and obviously missing Star Convoy. Would have made a major video on him by now. But yeah, with that all being said, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you didn't, tell me why. I'd like to improve on these videos. But until then, I'll see you all next time. Thank you for watching, and take care.